Hello, and welcome to another Storyteller stream, this time on world building. My name is Jan Dvorak. I'm the founder of Literary Universe, which is a all-in-one creative writing and world building platform. And as per usual, you could say, I will be looking into world building today and building my world. We'll see what I figure out. Apologies, I don't have anything on top of my head prepared because I had a crazy weekend. Only just this, or last week was pretty crazy. Only just this morning, probably found out the root cause. So I'm still kind of in the programmer's mindset, and I still kind of need to move away from that. So if there is a specific thing that you would like me to cover when it comes to world building, sci-fi or fantasy genres, let me know in the chat, and I'll be happy to look into that. I'm streaming on YouTube, X, and Rumble. I can definitely see comments from YouTube, sometimes X. Not so sure about Rumble, but I think last time it worked as well. And hello, Lori from Weekend. Let's see what we can do today. So first things first, I should probably go to my universe and actually get things sorted out. So all right, and let me probably start share screening. I should probably get ready for that first. Too many windows. So now that I have three now that I have three screens, then it gets even crazier. And I have, okay, so let's see. Let me do it actually the other way. Let's use the smaller screen for writing so that it's much more easier to see. Right now, I'm just going to go with apologies. Let me just quickly take it to see if this is something I'm expecting. Okay, so that was just some telemarketing. Let's see. Okay, Laurie is building his own offline internet as a world building. Yeah, that's something I would like to kind of do in the future as well. That would be of interest to me, but kind of having your own offline everything. And that's also actually partially why I built Literary Universe, is to have my own place where to build stories and all that stuff. So since we are world building, I'll be in the encyclopedia mode, and there is a lot of things. I think one of the big things, because I do have kind of one of my maybe too ambitious goals is to have history for each character. So let's see how this is going to look like if I look over there. I'm just trying to find the correct angle. Maybe this. Okay, I think that looks a bit more natural. I'll have to maybe make this smaller, but in a little bit. Not right now. Just going to have some snack here as well because I haven't slept much, so need some natural sugars. So as I said, I want for each character to have a history, which in this case I can really. I do have already some information here, so I can reuse that. I can reuse that into, or kind of expand on it, because I have here a small town on Lassina, which is a planet. So let us check. Do we have Lassina as a planet here? Not. So since this is how we are kind of how we will be building this out. Maybe I should probably. I will probably soon switch the screen a little bit as to kind of making sure to that it's more visible. And also I can pull in other resources. And I think, speaking of other resources, let's actually go to that right now, because one big thing that we've talked about is how I need to change the universe itself, the names, and especially for certain regions. So just for a reminder, this is the map of the universe, and I really did change a lot of the history, the background. So we need to change a lot of the names for Sol Confederacy, and from that we'll have to kind of go. So let me in my history, and oh man, I have not bookmarked it, so there we go. Bookmark. Going to open up the conversation. I did back there. I did it on Grok. Kind of wondering if I could move it into T3 chat. Somehow, probably not directly. So, because in T3 chats I have access to a lot more models that I could play with. So I will have to look into it. And this is getting quite long. And one of the things that I did, and let me move my microphone a bit closer. And hello for the 2 people watching on X. I did a list of possible names. Here we go. This is the list. I'm just scrolling quickly. So to the beginning. So this is for the Chinese, and this will be for Japan. So yeah, I have here kind of a list of names and the meanings. So I want to kind of play with the meanings. A big part of this is where the different groups of humans went and colonized. And I'll try to open this in. Let's see. I'm not sure if it's GNU or Inkscape that, or sorry, GNU image manipulation library that has the layers that I have, because I do have a version of it that's editable if I can find it. Just a moment here. Let's try with Inkspace. And this is something that I'm kind of wondering, maybe if some of the AI tools would be able to work with. Come on, Inkspace, open on me, please. Or Inkscape. There we go. Open. And I have to remember the shortcuts. Okay, it's a bit similar. Okay. Now then, this is for text. Where are the layers? Been too long. Layers and objects. Yes. Yes. Perfect. This is actually very well. Let me just lock in everything. Okay, so here you actually can even see the. Let's use this view, because here in the end we kind of see where we are with the sun. So we have that, and then what we want to play with are the different area. Perfect. So let me see. First things first, what is not changing? It will be the main soul region. This is kind of where we came from. The only thing I might probably add is like another region, because the red spaces that we see here, if I remember correctly, those are mostly nurseries for stars. So that's where our own star was born, and we are kind of out of that. It's quite a volatile area, you could say. So, but at the same time, because that's where all the systems gets created, then that's where a lot of the systems can be as well. A lot of research. Let me think about this for a little bit. Another thing, of course, to know is that we are on one of the arms, galactic arms, so where we have a higher concentration of stars. So that's to our advantage when it comes to colonization. And let's see, let me jump here to or here. I think I want to look at This would be location, yes. So we already have some regions described here, but I will be changing that. Actually, we do have Ola Sina is over here. So it is has been already referenced, but I'll then put it as Lasina system. Oh, and the text, because the text is ancient, so I need to copy that from the last. So that's something that I think will be struggling a little bit here. So work in progress. Oh, no, it's here. Interesting. Not exactly sure what happened there. Oops, and I wanted to change that, of course, to Lasina system. And yeah, I think we might probably move it under the planets at a later point. In the Sol region, yes. So that would make a make sense, and we can then. I think another part that I want to do on this map is put in kind of the dots where all of these are. Which will allow for a much more detailed map. Okay, so but back to the history. Definitely changing all these three, pretty much all the close ones are. I think Kikuchi will stay the same. Terran border stays. Terran expanse stands. Guardian frontier stands, because kind of the outliers are already, or like for the most part, what they are known for. And the rest, I think I want to change. I want to stick with Luthien as a region, or maybe choose something different, more better for kind of Tolkien like. But the rest needs to change, because I've changed the main demographics that was kind of expanding, and the big part, what will really be looking at here is also which who which one, kind of like which nationality you could say has the um biggest representation in those regions colonization. So in the galactic north, let's see, why am I okay, so I'm thinking more like towards the galactic north. That's where, and the east, so kind of like this third will be the Japanese primarily. Then to the west, that would be these regions, and maybe here to the south will be primarily Chinese, and then further away, like maybe one or two will be like European or South American or something like that. And then here it will be to the south. Yeah, it will be like half Chinese. I can see also, because there is kind of like the border here of like the arm where the main stars are, and then there's like less stars. So that's the regions there will be bigger because there will be less habitable systems. So that's something to think about. So of course, still we have like the initial colonization in Seoul. That's a mix of everybody, but then it becomes more focused, at least in the initial, surrounding regions. What right now is the Agharta system or sector. You can see there's much less stars, so much less below, so that's why it's so big. Let's start with that one because that will be Japanese. So I can also want to try if I can figure out how to. Yes, I can insert. So this is going to be. I have to figure out maybe if it's like only something I can turn on for a little bit, because then that will have to be something that we can then use, or I'll probably use that in the second half. So text. So it won't be Agartha. So we need to, our next step is to choose what would be the name of the first system that the Japanese would name. And so we have Izanami and Izanagi territories that can actually be next to each other. Let's see. In a circuit. I want something. Well, Yuki could be. Want something better. This these names are too general. Too general, and let's see. Let's ask Grok to create an output. Please create a unified output of this thread with all the different topics and ideas covered, so that we can start a new thread or do like multiple tests with different models to or test the inputs between models or test the outputs. So kind of curious if there is going to be a nice nice name generator, you could say, for this that can be done. And I'm going to ask it then, given this scenario, to generate name of regions. And I kind of want also to go to look on like Japanese science fiction to find appropriate names that appear in there. Not as hot today as last week or last time, but still need to stay hydrated. Okay, and hmm. So I'm going to just take this into T3 chat and with I think I'll go with GPT 4.1. 5.0 has been kind of more focused on developers from what I can get, and it's still still too early, so it's but maybe the reasoning model could be worth a try. Readjust. Whoops. What just happened? Did we lose the screen share? Hello, hello. What is going on here? No, that's interesting. Okay, it's just the layout is giving us business. Okay, let me make myself a bit smaller. Oh man, that's a pasted text is maybe a bit too long. So let me add that into a writer. Okay, it does this thing. Yuck. Not really what I wanted. Because I want to also make adjustments that kind of go better with the story that from what we have. There is there a way to better share, regenerate, copy text? Just want to add more details, especially for the societal and psychological impacts and on religion, especially how they have evolved past the event and into space. Planetary unification happens in let's see 2842. I'm not sure if I want to use the 42 at the end there. I just mash random numbers. Let's add some bigger numbers because I want it to be towards the end of the century. So I'll be no, that's too easy, too lazy. Or maybe I could just make it easier. Have it nice. 2,888. 88 with the royal families uh, leaving Earth and how should we say it? And really leaving Earth, starting age of colonization. So confederacy is established in 2,800, 905, and next year there is first contact with an alien species called Shoni. Following 10 years is establishing of communications and diplomatic ties with the Shoni and other and three other space faring species in 294 46. The borders between Sol Confederacy and other species is established, giving giving what should we call it? Giving another push for colonization in the space that has been given to Sol Confederacy. Whereas this second colonial wave starts in earnest in 3000. Because it takes time to really to prepare to colonize another planet. Even in the distant future, where you have a lot of colonization happening and whatnot, it's still not an easy thing unless you want to die off. So a lot of preparations needs to be made by surveying the planet in advance, and then coming with the colonists, or preparing the resources and everything, because what you want is really from day one for a colony to be independent in its basic necessities. That's what it is really about. So think let's try see what it will come up with. Now it also, like, with the monarchs or monarchies expulsions from Earth and everything, and how they are establishing their own, say, fiefs and so on. um Stop. I should stop. That's not what I wanted. Redo the summary, and yeah. So do the thinking. It's AI is not so good with this, but in this case, what I wanted to kind of take the scenario and look for names. So let's get this. Let's get this sorted out. I don't know what it is, but always during the streams I get itchy nose. Maybe because of how I have the fan here or something. It's just very crazy. And societal impact. Okay, looks good. Looks good. They have a timeline here. Um, I don't think these are the days that I told it to have. uh, why? But you know what? It was just very provisional, and given the amount of tragedy, I have no problem moving that backward even more. Because the thing is, with this kind of tragedy that happened, say with the great flood, it's already extremely lucky that I just say, okay, we are now back pretty much to the prehistoric levels of technology and everything, which is, if humanity survives this at all, then that's a real possibility. So let me just the other way around. Let's see. Oh, let me check my. Okay, I have more than enough of subscriptions, so I can try. I can try even I can even try probably the thinking models, the reasoning one, which are for extra. Okay. Please analyze the provided scenario and point out where improvements, where more details are needed. Actually, no, let's try based on the attached scenario. Let me try to put it into a new grok instance here as well. Since I have grok like this, not good. Grok to grok. Let me see if I can use my... Oh, interesting. It did not, this time around, it did not copy. I think I know why. Let me try that again and instead use this copy. That one provides the markdown output. So it's on the attached scenario. We are I want a list of 20 we don't have 20, but I just want to have more choice of 20 regions that the Japanese colonizers would name the regions, the administrative regions that they colonize. Please, besides the usual, please look into Japanese science fiction stories for inspiration. Or I would probably say remember that that these colonists are what do we say, the royalists? No, royalists. So the naming should follow follow trends when it comes to naming. Follow trends that royal and Shinto, or so let's just say that Imperial and Shinto would encourage. Please look into Japanese science fiction for additional inspiration. Let's see what GPT-5 reasoning is going to give us. And let's see if I can. Given the above, let's see if Grok can take this, and this is going to make it easier. Oh, I should have probably included the general regions that are being colonized, because that will also play a part. But the thing is, in space, for the most part, you can find whatever you want. So naming after things isn't that huge. Okay, so it went with the again very very mythological names. Space battleship, yeah, Matonaut. Oh, okay. That's uh Takamagahara Show. High Plane of Heaven. That could probably like go to Agartha, because that's, I would kind of imagine if I was like put like nature, that would be more like a savanna or something like akin to that. So oh, look at this optimistic colonist ethos for Dawn territory, first light, Earth, Earthly terraforming theaters. Now here we have Amanogava Show, Milky Way province. You cannot name a province after the galaxy. That's just uh, okay. That's GPT-5 has been a bit disappointing, but I think Aratemasu and Tenjin Colony, Kikuno Hoshi, Chrysanthemum Star. Okay, that's definitely a name that I could imagine to be there, just because of the harmony of Kaminova. Yeah, that's yeah, let's do this. Try that again. Take into account how today's and historical Japanese prefectures are named. Because for these, what I'm getting is like, yes, this could be local systems and everything, but I'm not hearing like any good one that would be territorial. And with these, especially these early territories that we see in the galactic northeast, even like to the west and a little bit to the south, the territories are named before there's like any significant or major settlements. So it's kind of detached from the settlements, which we can really see down here, with the term border, term expanse. Those are for the most part provisional names, and it is eventually expected that it's going to expand, meaning it is going to expand. Those territories are going to expand later on. So that will be a different story altogether. So let's see. Dragonfly Isle. Circuit. Shin Yamato Ken, Shin Musashi Ken. I think Ken. I will have to think about it. Hitachi Ken. Hitachi is a good name for for the eastward one. Of course, it's a company as well, but I think that would work. What we have here, Ken is Ken stands for prefecture. We need something. We need a Japanese word that is akin to space region or space prefecture that is short and easy to add to names, like Ken is with prefecture. Please consult Japanese sci-fi. Because I think these things I'm happy to outsource to already existing Japanese sci-fi literature in this case, and I will have to then do the same thing with Japanese third division in anime and manga. Yeah, you've kind of got me there. And I should probably forbid it to search on Reddit. Chief for land region might work for a site, but needs to be short like Ken. She is, so that would work, but it's like land or region, is it? I'll have to do the translation and all the follow-up from this afterwards as well. Let's see, ChatGPT 4.5 reasoning. I probably run this on 4.1 as well. Okay, let's look what it says here. Common Japanese sci-fi and space term is Earth sphere. You also Gundam atmosphere, Mars sphere. One kanji, same pronunciation as Ken, but different character. Perfect for a space prefecture. Feel without awkward length. Feels natural for impact. Okay, so Chuki, space sector. That's for operational sector short, official sounding Amaterasu Chuki. Shufu, space prefecture. Mirrors Fu and stays compact. Shin Ise Chufu, space province. Classical flavor for larger domains. Chushu. Space Ward Star District for sub-regional division inside. Yes. As if we went with the sphere. Oh, that's interesting. Then use yes. So use the Ken aka sphere in this case. And then we'll have to have like smaller ones that have that. Okay. Rio for from Grog. Um Ryoki could mean domain or territory. Rio is a good fit used in sci-fi like Pheasant Chichirio and can be added like Yamato Ryo. From Legend of Galactic Heroes. Okay, that's a very good source. Territory remains short like Ken seen in Pheasant Dominion. Pheasant Chichirio. That's not a bad one. I would say in this kind of, do I go more for the Gundam like? But Gundam, the issue with Gundam like is that Gundam is still very much tied to the local solar system, so it does not go outside of that. So that's why I'm more inclined to the surprise of Rio, because that yeah, that would fit, and kind of giving a nod to the Legend of Galactic Heroes. Hell yeah. I think I will go. Yeah, this is territory or domain. The question I have with that is, how will I then name, like, the big? Well, it will be. Because I have to kind of like the subdivision. It's like one thing is the administrative area of Soul Confederacy, but these regions are in general are controlled by, say, again. So if we go back to the map, what we'll see is Soul region, and that one is pretty much controlled entirely by United Earth, and uh, so it is, despite like they have various autonomy, in essence it's United Earth that rules this region. And that's, first of all, it's home world. It has and always had, will have the strongest economy in that region, just because of how much time it had to develop compared to other colonies. And then when there was the exodus of from the monarchies, they settled much further out. So I would say the real seat, for example, of the Japanese, or like past the Japanese monarchy, would be what right now I have named as Caldera. Maybe even here, just like when oops east. Yeah, I think that would make more sense. Going east. That's more Japanese like towards the towards the galactic east. So that's kind of where where they might have settled far far away. So as to yeah, so I'll have them over here. Gonna have to go star hopping if you want to kind of find them. So these three regions. I think even South Ice will be. It's like their region. Yes. I think that's perfect. I need to kind of fix the borders over here, but it's minor. Okay, so Rio. Hmm. Decisions. Always, naming stuff is difficult. Can. Let's see. Do we have even like Rio here? Did it even find it? No, that did not come up. So let's try to give it to ChatGPT. And let's try to do it like that. So I think if we have, on the other hand, I kind of like the area of can then going smaller and smaller. And of course now it's getting sycophantic with, oh, you're perfect, and but I like how to position it versus other sci-fi suffixes. Rio, political administrative domain, your space prefecture analog. Can, in this case, sphere zone, Earth sphere, lunar sphere, used for orbital belts or planet-wide spheres. Chuki, operational space sector, used for military neighbor sector within or across domains. I think that's exactly what I was looking for. Chokatsuryo, direct domain. Koryo, impure domain, heavens domain, autonomous territory. It's very common what they like to do in Japan, or like in the Eastern, like autonomous territories and stuff like that. Shrine domain, colonial domain, frontier domain, settlement domain. In this case, it will be Chuki. For at least in my case. So sample names, Kashima, asteroid resource domain, abundance rice prosperity domain, Mizuhorio, Tenryo. Tenryo is coming a lot. Koryo. Keep the hyphen in Romanji for it includes kanji in formal context alongside when you want to distinguish the orbital sphere from the political domain. Again, inside switch to yeah, let's go with Rio. And good. Please generate 20 space regions. These will be the Rio regions. Then generate when then generate the main settlements slash areas. So that would be this. Based on the provided scenario. Take note that the imperial family initial colony was on the galactic east and closer to Shonian border than Earth. Which is like another thing, despite me kind of liking the action and everything, we have to take into account that, especially initially, there's a goodwill, but there is not, still, trust is something that builds over centuries. In this case, between species. So we need to think, so that all these regions are, so especially the border ones, are meant for like a bumper region. Just if something happens, that this would be where you would stop the enemy potentially. So I think I might need to create another region here where the royal family or the imperial family has settled. I think that will have to happen. Yeah, I think that would make sense. So like this. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Not the optimal shape. Let's just say, but I think that will be manageable. Let's just give it to that while I work on this one. So it will be Caldera, but now I have to find the one that's actually there and figure it out. Yay. No. So it's this one. If I do, okay, yeah, that's correct. So, yes, I've got it. I will be moving the borders. Just a little bit. And I shall be adding now then, that's one. I don't remember how I had here a new one. Is it just this or? Yes, and not solve one. This will be the. I'll just do ASD3, and first things first. I want to add a new shape, or say a new line. This is what happens when you're not if you're not familiar. No, I want this one, and I want to add a line. Calligraphy pencil pen. Okay, okay, almost. Now what I'll do is I'll just have to put this correctly into place. To make sure. Okay, that's not what I expected. And I should be. I want. Can I just add? Yes, I can add a new point here. Perfect. So we have the borders established so that we can play with this as we need to. And yes, I think it's really is no way to kind of go around this. Then it's just going to be that. Okay, one more time. because this will be a little bit small like that. And yay, and one would be 6, but 8. And we have Yamato-ryo. And that goes over here. No, why is it so opaque? Did I set something or? Damn it. Let's see. Oh, here it is, opacity. The entire freaking thing is like at 60%, not 100. Perfect. Yeah, Yamato-ryo is our region. Huzzah, huzzah, huzzah. As localhost. So for locations, let's build this up. Yamato-ryo. And this is kind of where the royal Japanese imperial family is based. So all the regions plus a few outlying is where they have the most influence. Yamato-ryo is administrative district established for the Japanese imperial family when they migrated from Earth. When they migrated from Earth, it has quickly become it has many holy sites for space Shinto, and is the center of political power centered around the imperial family. Man, I am not good at the writing again. I think that will be, I'll publish this. And there we go. So that's Yamato-ryo. Let's change the Caldera region. Oh no, we lost the summary. But it doesn't really matter because that will have to be rewritten. Being at the border with Ashun Union and a collective, it is the furthest that souls can expand in this area, which is galactic north. It's gonna get me thinking why are we like on the images of Milky Way in the south? Why not like why isn't it like flipped? Who decided what is the galactic north and so on? So I think that's a good question. Kind of goes to the fun of what that you have with maps. What is up, what is down, and I think that's a very interesting thing to think about. A lot of true graphic from trade. Military presence due to nearby alliance bases, some of which are in this region as well. And that's because if we look at let's close this map. Let's go back to our editing map because the Alliance Council is in this ring region, so that's where the biggest military power when it comes to Alliance. It's kind of where they have their staging grounds, where they have military bases, training facilities, and everything, and they kind of fan out from that primarily because it's kind of in the middle between at least these four. Troll Union. That's I think that's like another half a day of trying to figure out just all the names and everything there. So that's which region was that? Caldera. Yeah, so what you kind of have is kind of this, this three-way. So it's not if you kind go directly to the Ring Alliance Council, then you go through Agartha and then to Ring directly. I'll have to fix. I see there somewhere down here is one point that's slightly out of line. It's better, but we have another on the other side for the Susie. So let's find a good name for the Agartha region or caldera. So that's this one. So what did Grok propose? It's more okay. I think Hinomoto would be better for something else. Musashi Ryo doesn't make that much sense. Maybe in the early, but that can be good irony. Kind of name it Musashi Ryo, and it doesn't have any military presence because of just how historically it evolves to something different. And in this case, it's getting more into the space between the arms. So, I said Hitachi will be for somewhere else. Kiryo. I think Setsuryo could be a good one. Wakasarios also, I like that one. Tangoryo. And Shinano. Scenario could also go very well, but just it's not on the border, so it's gonna inside. Mikava. Ooh, Mikava Rio. I know which one is that going to be. Let's see what our Toho Koryo. Eastern Imperial Domain. That might be good for instead of Yamato, but I'll think about that. Shinkyo Ken. I have a lot of Ken. Oh, so that's okay. So that's what could be in there. GB5 better in this one. Making this Crown Direct Domain. That's Tenryo. Shin Yamato Ryo. First Crown Colony. The problem is, well, yeah, that's a good thing about it. It doesn't explain the meaning, but Shin Yamato kind of want to avoid that. You have Shin Issa. Yeah, so just Issa, Izumo, Hachiman. Oh, Hachiman could be good use there. Katori. Eastern Guardian Logistics. Oh, that might not be bad, but I would put that even further east. Kashima. Naval Strike. Asteroid Resource. Hayabusa. Yeah, in this case, it just doesn't really explain the meaning behind it. Hayabusa Ryo. It goes north. I like that. Hayabusa. Hayabusa. Let me quickly, guys. Hayabusa. This is a Shinkansen I've taken when I went to Sendai. So having that like kind of in the north there, that's just Peregrine Falcon. So Hayabusa Ryo. I'm not sure how to feel about that. But I think I like this so far the best. Akitsushima, Mizuho, Takamagahara, Amanogawa. Oh, I kind of need to check what Amanogawa is. Prunus Amanogawa, Japanese flowering cherry. Okay, Atsuta, Kumano, Musashi. Or discuss this. Hida, Kasuga, Kaguya. Ooh, Kaguya. That needs to be in some more important place. Susanoriyo. Let's see. That was interesting. Let's see again here. I think Hayabusa. Hayabusa sounds just awesome, I think, instead of Caldera. Hayabusa. Why the special O there for me to really get it. Oops. And we should have the Hayabusa Rio. Tada, Hayabusa Rio. I haven't really explained it, but Saurisa I had one that I really liked. It was early here. It's kind of like what it would there, like trying to figure out when it comes to loyalty. Damn, where was that? Where was that? It was as Grok. Himonotorio is it will be more east, if anything. Where's the intergalactic arm? Yeah, that's an option. It was the one that was with the for the Tokugawa. Yes, Mikawa Ryo. Although I want to use that for another one. So the closest was the Hinomoto Ryo. That would be instead of Saorise. Let me check if Saorise has a specific. It did had. Let's do Saorise meaning. It's a name actually. Okay. Irish freedom. Freedom region. I kind of want to give these two regions to the Japanese though. So maybe I'll move Saorise to some other place. And I primarily want to do the new name because it's like in the arm still. But the arm kind of goes a bit strange here, so it would not fit. Which is in a way also good because then I can just be But I can do Musashi Ryo here. Because I think Musashi Ryo still works here. Just need to place the text somewhere here. So salaries. Do we have it even named here? I don't think so. Let me go quick search. No. Musashi Ryo. And a region of Seoul Confederacy bordering Nar Empire and the collective. It is also the. I should probably name this faction in some way more accurately. Easternmost. No, westernmost post of Japanese imperial loyalists. Let's just put it like that for now and leave it. I'll kind of come to the details of all of these regions in much later. So wait, where do we have? What was it? We used to be. There we go. Sorry, so I need to rename that to Musashi Ryo so I can kind of have still an idea where everything is. And Caldera was renamed to Hayabusa. Yeah, I'm going to have very much fun with Hayabusa there, going north. Just because also kind of ride it. Right, I love that Shinkansen. Okay. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to kind of be more Japanese one for sure. I think Kikuchi Ryo. Kikuchi. What was Kikuchi? What does it meant? I'm trying to have it described here. No. Kikuchi meaning. Japanese surname Kikuchi has multiple meanings depending on the kanji used. The most conditions are chrysanthemum field. Oh yeah, that's what it was. So that's then where that's kind of the tail end of the expansion, and so Kikuchi is staying, and I'll just add the Ryo part there. Kikuchi, where do we have Kikuchi? I'm blind, or there we go, Kikuchi Ryo, which is actually it will pass in the name. So Kikuchirio, nice. Kodesh. What did I name Kodesh at? Kodesh. Oh, it's Hebrew. Holy. Wait, what? What just happened here? What is happening? Okay, it was just something in the software, nothing me. Kind of want Kodesh to. Well, there we go, Kodesh to definitely stay, but definitely for a smaller region, maybe closer to the core. I think just, and I think I just found it. So Kodesh would be over here. I'll just kind of squeeze it. Since it's in Hebrew, it's actually not that there's Jews living there, because sadly many moves didn't make it, just given location of Israel and all the other things. So it's not that, but it's kind of the nod to all the other traditions as well. At least in this part, that's kind of where things go. Now, come on, I just want packs. That's why it's a pain. Pax is kind of more salute to Pax Romana and all that stuff. So it's just called Pax. Verunda is not going to happen, I am sorry to say. But first, I need to move it technically over here. So 7, that will be the new Quadish. And the old is over here. And we need to find a good name for it. So Setsurio. Yeah, it was because that's the alt. It just kind of highlights where that thing is, which that's neat. Setsurio is possible. Let's see if we can find some other interesting. Akitsushima. Mizuho. Setsurio Nebo or Mizuhorio. Why not both? Let's do Setsurio here on this guy. Let's give it to like 8 or so. It's also properly there. So Setsurio. Click one more. Let's make it a bit like this. Setsurio. And we need to add an entry into our encyclopedia. This one is new as well. Create new location. Setsurio needs some summary. Region under the influence of Japanese imperial family. I'll replace eventually the Japanese imperial family with whatever I figure out will be the name of the faction later on. It is known, and Setsuyo as a major industrial hub. It's kind of not accurate because you cannot say that about these space regions, with few exceptions. But it kind of touches. It's kind of part in the arm, so there's a lot of planets, a lot of stuff happening. So that one works. So we have 2, 3, maybe 4. So let's do 4 or so. Still to go. So let's try to speed this up on my side. I have this Setsurio, and I set from T3 that I want the Mizuhorio. Mizu is kind of for water, so that's not. But the kanji is different. My God, I don't recognize that kanji. Okay. Kamagahara. Kumano. I might go for Kumano as well. That's a river here, Mizuho. Let me try to do an exact translation on this. How could you detect English? My God. Okay. That's not Mizuho, meaning abundant rice. So that's something I want kind of maybe over here or here. I want it in that. Wait. Oh. Kikuchiryo, that's so that's name. That's fine. I should probably first of all log this one. Prosecutor is that I'm missing the should be always have the borders with it as well. So missing the borders is there we go. So 11 is actually Kikuchirio. And there we go. And it's nothing, so delete. Okay, that's a different one. There we go. This one is the wait, which one did I choose for that again? Mizuhorio. That's the one. I just noticed that the Quadesh one is again not in the proper opacity. Same thing with this one. Why? Okay, we do have the Mizuho. Let's move that more in the middle. And add it. We need to now. I need to find where I have my browser so I can add it here as well. One of the largest threat regions in Sol Confederacy. What else can I tell? I just want to check something. Yes. The northern part contains only few colonies and outposts on important trade routes. But in the southern part, it is heavily heavily colonized, and that is because, as you can see, that's kind of, you see a lot of stars there already. I'd say one of the big things is that eventually it's going to split into 3 regions, because you kind of have the more lonesome northern region and the heavily colonized southern region that will kind of split into 2 as well. So looking at it, can I, if I just switch it like that without things, actually even the northern region are very much, it's still like a lot of stars as compared to what right now is Agharta. That one is still heavily colonized, so that my initial description was not correct. The region is split into north and south, both of which are heavily colonized. South more, but there is a large area between them with sparse colonization and outposts. As most of the traffic is concentrated into 5 hyperspace highways between them. So Mizuhorio is born. Okay, 2, 3, maybe 4 to go. Let's do Agartha. So this is where the initial contact happens. So we have to be very careful here with the naming. Hinomoto. I think actually this might be something that might be out of the hands, or that that is not something that would be allowed to be named by the Japanese. Hayabusa Katori. I think actually my name, I might actually keep it as Agartha because of that region. Human was made near the planet Agartha. It's also a bit of a nod to a specific Japanese anime. Who knows? Who knows? That's where I'll leave it. Karta after which the province is named due to its historical significance. So Orion Spermarium arm, kind of where it's positioned. Yeah. Actually, you can see it. Yeah, we are like in part of the Orion spur, and which is part of the Sagittarius arm, which bar is it? Yeah, I think I remember reading about it that we are kind of like the out part of the Orion spur, which is part of the Orion arm, which is above us. So that's okay. So let's leave that, and let's actually select the 3 as I go and then add them. Let's do like some of the top. Hinomoto, origin of the sun. Okay, let's do this for Hinomoto. Let's see, which one will it be? Still nothing. Let's see. There's one named over here. So 12. No. What the hell? I hope it exists even. Sol 8. We'll get to that one. We'll get to that one. This will get eventually. Okay, let's double check here. Berunda, that will be renamed. That will be Chinese. Hayabusa, Agatha stays the same. So 12. Of Kikuchi, so 10. Furio, we have the guard. Oh, I can actually go through this Guardian Frontier, turn expense, turn border, Talia, Luthien, Hitch, Mizuhorio, Sol 8, Quadesh, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yamato. And we have Soul Center. Kind of the entire border. So it doesn't have. It's not. It doesn't exist. Ah. So let me. Actually, I need to remember. I need to create a new, which will be Minamoto Ryo. Let's put it here and wait. I want to be over here, and it needs to be 100%. Why does it always go to 60? That's so strange. It's not perfect. I'll admit this map. It's just but it's mine. So let's confirm this is 8. Of course not. And let's plug it in here. Hinomotorio. I actually have to go smaller. 6. Yeah, that's doable. So that's where we have that. And so we put one from here. So let's go from something over here. Susanorio. I would say something. I would say more something like akin to desert would be better for this because you really have nothing. Catorio. Let's actually check if we have Katori Japanese. So it's a region in Chiba. Katorishi. I'm kind of wondering what's the meaning of Katori Japanese meaning. Beautiful jasmine, fragrance, incense, gattori, elegance, grace. So yeah. Um nah, not fond of that one for this. It's we have Musashi. Deva Rio. Deva might be actually because it's kind of cold. It's you don't have that much Deva. Um, it's not. I think Deva is going to work here. For this one. Deva Rio. Oh wait, did we put in the Yokogata region? We did not put Hinomoto, did we? No, we did not. Region bordering the Octo ring region. This region is most often pass through when diplomatic pass through for travelers into the center of the alliance. As such, there is a heavy alliance presence in this region. Which fuels a lot of local economy. So that's for Hinomoto. Let's do the Devario. And I think also in later. Oops, no. That's already set. Oh, no. I see what happened there. That's some. I'll have to fix that. That's a big annoying bug that it does not into the input. It does not serializes properly. So let me write that down. And I guess I will have to make a big round into the encyclopedia to do the few fixes like that. So selects are now giving us troubles, and in edit mode input not serialized in form. So that's no locations. Public de varió the region between Yamato Rio and Shunian Union. It is sparsely populated and has many old military defense installations. Despite being a border region, it does not prosper from trade. And from trade as Shonian Union does not have any official border crossings here. All right. We have Kikuchi. Yeah, Kikuchi region. So I just need to change the Kikuchi Rio. What did I wrote there? Damn it. Oops, no, I don't have any. Yeah, I need to add with all of them. Was it here? Oh, damn it. It was not. Or it might have not even been suggested. So let me add it here. Origin. It is also a for the wall came down was also actually no, that's incorrect. I would have to do too many spoilers here to put it in here. So Kikuchi Rio is what it is. Let's put that as work in progress as well. Setsurio, we have what happened here? Yes, I want. Okay, so these are the Japanese regions, you could say, that we did today. Next time we'll continue with the Chinese ones. Chinese, and I think that will go a little bit faster because a lot of the other ones are there as well. I want to change the H region to something else. I'm not too happy with that. Same thing as I mentioned with Luthien. And you might be wondering why I'm not giving Japanese also this region over here. That because they were too busy colonizing over here, the Mizuho Rio. So they really did not have chance to colonize over here. So that kind of came to another group. And I think I'll have to kind of move this more for, yeah, PAX is kind of European, you could say. But these regions, Beruda is going to be changed to something Chinese. All that stuff. Talia also something to something Chinese. H is definitely going to be something to more Chinese. And I need to actually H is no H Talia Luthien. Luthien will probably change place with H. But Talia and Luthien today and this one and this one are going to be Russian. Yeah, Russia is the third on Earth, at least was the third superpower afterwards, just because of how they managed to emerge. But it was still very distant third compared to the Chinese and Japanese. Were often clashing and even actually was threatened towards the end to be overtaken by the other smaller powers emerging back in Europe and in the Americas. So they will I'll have to kind of get them some regions as well. Okay, that took way too long, but I think we have a good setup for next time. I'll see if I can work on these in the meantime to figure out maybe something better than just the quick descriptions. The thing is that I could really go for hours on just like the individual regions and everything, and I have to kind of prioritize the ones that are more important to the story. But I want really to have more details on all of these. We need Soul Confederacy, we need the Grimnar Empire worked out, Yahoo Collective needs to be worked out, the Ashun Union with numbers. This is like, make it easy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. It's in the order that the colonizations happen. Let's just say the major colonizations. So that's how they have it. And the Trail Union, I will have to figure out like the names of the regions. That will be kind of like the different regional name after the regional powers of in that local area. After that kind of bit, because as I said, Trail Union is a bit of a, what should we call it? As I said, Greek city states, and I'm thinking, if I manage to anytime get anybody else interested and who wants to write in this, that might be a region they might want to go out. I do have one story so far that's written in this region that has to do with development of, let's say, advanced weaponry. I could say the last of the starfighters before computers take again over, just with reaction times and everything. um, and how kind of the local politics play into some of the things that happen there, despite it being supposedly a secret project. So that's uh, that's that. What else to say on that? Yeah, that is that. Let me save this. That's the important part. Save. Don't want to lose this. And I think a big question for the comments is, what would you like to, kind of, what do you like me to have in these regions? So of course I will have to find and add kanji characters to all of them, so that can be more fun. I'm thinking uh maybe, like, on the grand map, like a picture on where on the grand map this region is located, similar to what we've seen with this amazing tool that highlights here where that thing is. And I might, as I mentioned, kind of also, since I really can go super deep in here, just take the region itself and make a map of, like, the where are the most important planets. Right now I'll be just kind of, taking it by an eye, but I would love to maybe, like, in the future, make more better adjusted map. Like, another thing that I want to add to this map are, you could say, the hyperspace lanes, or like the highways. So with hyperspace you can go pretty much anywhere, but there are, like, specific, as I mentioned, five hyperspace lanes in Mizuhorio between the two say regions of stars. So um, that will be there, and so I kind of want to add that in general. And yeah, maybe some other thing. I will have to definitely locate where exactly is sun, because having a big circle and somewhere in here is sun. uh yeah, I'll need a bit more accurate map, and because this map is from NASA, so I will have to figure out or this, but also kind of, look at it, even with the known space and with so many regions and everything, uh still tiny on the galactic size. All right, let me end it there with okay, let's see. We have a question from, whoops, let's go like here, from Lori. Teleports, wormholes. No, just, there are actually two faster than light travel option. One is just, could say accelerate. One is like slower, and one is like for longer distances. With long distances, you kind of go into, you could say, a sub-dimension, so you kind of pop out of the real space and then pop back in, and then you have a hyperspace, which is just the classical warp speed, or warp engine that we know from, um, similar to Star Trek, you could say. I'll have to figure out. I have some of the details somewhere more in. So where could you buy this? You can't right now, because this is still, like, early in the process. I still have to name a lot of the things, but it will be all on Litter Universe. can actually go to Literary Universe. And if I go here to back to my universe page, so Literary Universe / universe struggle for balance. Let me put that in the link. You can go there, kind of look at the encyclopedia. Questions: are there holodecks? Actually, that's where one of the story prequels starts. Not like in holodeck, but kind of in a prototype of one. And as usual, that we have to have for a story is the safeties. The safeties go off, or they're like intentionally damaged, which is a bit of a problem, but thankfully not. It's kind of like one of the inciting issues. Hey, StreamYard seems to have issues today with keeping in the screen share when I change. You see that? Okay, that's interesting. So yeah, that's where you can follow and everything. I will have more on this again in 2 weeks. Let's check the schedule. Yeah, I promise next week will be. Actually, it might be in 3 weeks. We'll have to see. So in 2 weeks, yeah, I'll have to check the calendar. I'll have to figure it out. Probably I'll just kind of skip because next week I'll have my first hours, and yes, next week we'll do first hours. That will be programming, and then week after that we'll be back. So we'll see how that goes. And speaking of programming, if you like me to, now I disappear as well. If you would like me to work, oh wow, that's interesting. If you would like to work more on open source or on this as well, you can go to the link here, github.com/sponsor/storytellercz, where you can sponsor me and my work on open source. So that's for the regular programming scheduling, and I'll be also back on Thursday for Meteor Dispatches. And yes, so I'll see you there, or if you are just here for the world building, I'll see you in 2 weeks at the regular time. Have a great week, everybody, and I hope to see you on Literary Universe in the forum. So I should probably make sure that's properly established as well. Okay, see you around.